morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Sunny Winnipeg again, but only 12 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, here's hoping my voice is going to hold out for the rest of the day. I'm getting a little bit of a later start here. Late yesterday afternoon, Amazon delivered the parts for my stove, so by the time they came, I was feeling kind of tired last night, and I thought, oh, I'll put them on in the morning. So that's what I was doing. It didn't actually take me that long, but by the time I, had to run down the stairs and throw the circuit breaker, and yeah, going up and down the stairs, it's a long, slow, painful process. So that took a little bit of time. Well, not that long, I guess. Anyway, stove's up and running. Got new receptacles in the front, where you plug in your appliance. They've on this stove of mine, they put them in a really crazy place. They put them so that when you plug your appliance in, the cord from the appliance, it just runs right across the element. What were they thinking? Well, that's what they did. So far, we haven't burned any through any cords by turning the element on when there's something plugged in. Mind you, you usually see that kind of thing, but stuff happens. It's still with such a big emphasis on safety these days. It's strange that they would allow that. Now, mind you, when that stove was designed, it was designed way back in the in the 70s. And maybe safety was not the big thing that it is now. I don't know. Common sense was bigger. Yeah, now you don't need common sense because the government has looked after you. It used to be you don't do something because you can see that it's dangerous. Now you get all kinds of disclaimers that you have to read before you can operate it, like do not stand in the bathtub when you're plugging this in, and all this. Anyway, don't get me going. I've often said I think we are safetied to death. And I know I'm going to get a comment and say, hey, I was the safety officer for my union and my company and yada, yada, yada. So, well, hey, you're right too. Okay, we got to get going here. We are almost done step 23. There's not too much stuff that we have to do other than paint. We got to paint some of these parts. This piece here, I'm debating, do I try to sand it or am I just going to make it worse? Because if it's painted with flat paint, we're not going to really notice the fact that it's sort of not completely smooth. So I'm debating on leaving it. What I did do though, there's not going to be a rollback because I didn't video it, but what I did do yesterday, I came back to the model table and I finished soldering up the seams that were in the front and then tinning the entire front. So everything is evenly lumpy, as I said yesterday. I think it's going to be okay, especially at arm's length, And I do believe that this piece is kind of hidden a little bit. Yeah, it goes on here, but then on top of here that sort of shrouds over it is this part right here. So, okay, you'll see that when we do it, if we get that far. What do we have to do today? Well, there was the ladder that has to go on this piece right here. You remember, there's a little ladder that has to go on this. And but I had opted to wait until after I get this painted, so that when I when I glue the dark colored ladder, it'll stand out. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just push stop here. Oh, let's not forget Yesterday I got to talking and I forgot. Now we are ready for you know who. There we go. Who will probably be by here in an hour or so, all being well. Yeah, I think I can't see anything else here in step 23 that I have missed. And if somebody saw something, well, in the comments below. Like, what was it I forgot? Oh yeah, the bell, the ship's bell. Somehow I know I had talked about it when I first flipped over to step 23. I didn't know it was a bell at that time though. Maybe because the part is upside down and so was the bell. It just didn't look like a bell when it's upside down. Looks more like some sort of something you drink out of. Always thinking of food. Okay, let's get going here. The problem is I don't know where we should go. It could be that maybe I should be painting some stuff here. Maybe I should get that spray booth dragged over here and start spraying some stuff. Especially this. I mean, it's got to be. Otherwise, it's. Although, how would a metal? It looks metal right now. Maybe no. Okay. Let's get at it here. My son was talking about that, but I haven't received any notifications that I know of that indicate that. But I had heard that they're not going to. Microsoft is not going to support Windows 10 anymore.
Security.
Yeah. With the updates. So I don't know what I'm going to do because one of my computers does have 10 in it. So.
Well, I'm just going to take banking off the laptop that has 10 and just do my banking on the it's the desktop that has 10 and the laptop has 11. So I'll bank on the laptop.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. Phil was saying that he, when it happens, that he'll come over and change things over for me.
Oh, he's going to remove Windows 10 and put on Windows 11?
I don't know what he's going to do. I think it's something like that. Yeah. So we'll find out.
Yeah, I suppose you can buy it and download it.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want any pirated stuff on my computer. So.
Food's very important.
Yeah, I was doing something else. Okay. There you go. We'll see you later. We'll see you this afternoon when you come by.
She and the kitten are having a lot of fun. But she's had enough of the kitten. She lets the kitten know. She just more or less thinks her bond rolls her like a bowling ball. But I think it's going to be a big cat. I think that cat's going to be almost as big as Missy. What did you do, huh? What did you do?
Oh, there's the cat.
There's the what?
There's the cat.
Gray one?
No, right there in the door.
Oh.
Your cat.
Oh, thanks for letting me know. The great escape artist.
We'll see you later, Missy. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay. I don't know where to start here. I was doing something in the kitchen. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to push stop and just continue on with what I was doing in the kitchen. Okay, if you're looking at the clock, you'll notice a lot of time has passed since we were last here at the model table together. I have been out on my bike twice. Went out this morning, it was kind of cool. Went out again this afternoon, and I threw an extra sweater over top of this Bill Cycle shirt that I'm wearing right now. And then I put on my safety thing over top of that. And I didn't realize it was so warm. I was actually too warm. Anyway, I had a good time. Now, in my coffee cup here, I've got major bathtub ring, you might call it. Yeah, it's been sitting at the same level for about, what, 6 hours or so? Okay, I take a sip, except I'm kind of coffeeed out. But actually what I was thinking here is we should check and see how is this going to fit on here. You know, it's... let's not break it trying to stand it up. It should stand up all by itself, though. Unless it's... Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, let's recompose and see how that's going to fit. I still don't know what I'm going to do with it. You know, people are telling me about, you know, when I sand it down and stuff like that. And I've been thinking of different ways that I could do it to get it so that it's flat. Several people have suggested I would have been better off to have soldered it from the inside. Well, I talked about that yesterday, I think it was, when I was soldering it up. So I realized that it would have probably worked out better. In fact, there's no probably about it. It would have definitely been better, but I didn't. It's too late now. So we got to make the best of what we got. And at arm's length, we're not going to see it anyway. Right now, you can really see that it's uneven. Well, that's because it's shiny. But if you get flat paint on there, I don't think we're going to see it. At least that's my unprofessional opinion. We're not going to notice unless we look really close. Okay, let's recompose and try it out on here. Okay, this is actually the first time I'm trying it, so we're going to get to see it together. And yeah, I guess it should be glued on before we actually paint it. It might take a little bit of tweaking one way or the other. I don't think it's supposed to go on the inside. I think it's supposed to actually sit right on the edge. And it kind of does. Yeah, it kind of does. Let's see if I can turn this without it falling. Okay, looking in the monitor, I can see where on this side here it should go a little bit more in. Yeah, I think we can get this. I don't think it's going to take very much bending at all to get it to fit right. But we're going to have to worry about that tomorrow. I'm looking at the clock now and it's 3:22 in the afternoon, and yeah, I guess that's what happens when you go for 2 bike rides instead of finishing up the model ship episode. But you know, I as I've said so many times in the past, I only have the summer to ride that thing. So in the winter time, all I get to do is watch the YouTube videos that I'm making. So, okay, folks, thanks for watching and being with me here today. All being well, we're going to be back at the model table tomorrow morning.